Tony.
Apparently not.
Everything but recording, apparently.
You know what? You lose a level.
Oh no.
Can I be the bugbear?
No.
Can we bring him back?
Right.
No.
You're bad.
Bugbear.
You wish you could be the bug.
We all have a bug to bear.
That's etymology. Also, I'm still getting an echo. Is that
Wouldn't that be entomology?
bad? Is the fact that I'm getting an echo a problem, or is that no one else is getting that?
We don't hear.
We don't hear an echo at all.
Weird. I don't understand anything.
Technology. I'm
All
getting
right.
some vague rumblings like thunder, but I imagine that's just somebody accidentally tapping their microphone.
I'm guessing that's probably
Recording.
Or typing.
underneath my microphone.
That could
I
be.
guess I could mute.
And then we can't hear you.
Hooray! But that's the tricky thing because my
All right.
recording just keeps on going.
My head is so small. I need a taller chair.
You
Or a
can
bigger
always see
head.
what I'm doing, which
Fair enough.
you can't even see.
They
Sitting
put on a hat.
Oh, Ren's on a ball.
I am on a ball.
She's
Or a
on the
hoppity
ball.
horse.
I'm on all the balls.
Yeah, you should probably stop before this ends up on YouTube or in some less savory
Too
corner
late.
of the internet. Well,
I mean, I have enough weird videos on YouTube of me anyway. I think there's one of me like introducing cake. So
Tony,
oh, so now you've got cake
Yes.
involved.
yes,
Dan,
the cake was not in fact a lie. The cake was
Yes.
delicious.
are we?
Oh, that's good news.
Are we ready?
Yeah, we're recording.
Ready as we're ever
All
gonna
right.
get.
Good to go.
Let's do it.
All right, ready-ish.
Oh yeah.
We're back with another edition of Total Party Kill. The group has gotten back together despite terrible summer schedules, and we're ready for more adventuring. And to bring that to you, our Dungeons Master, Dan Morin and Tony Sindelar. Hello, boys.
Hello, Jason.
Hello, Jason.
Welcome back to your doom. Sorry. Sorry.
right.
Did I get ahead of myself there?
Welcome to your doom.
So, if you recall from our last session, our party engaged, as I believe, a bunch of kobolds and found some prisoners, and there was a lot of things happened. It was a very busy time for our adventuring party, Dragonforge and Associates. As they
Really
continue,
irritating bugbear. I remember that.
everybody loved that bugbear. Everybody.
I'm going to a sandwich shop later, I hope.
It might take some time. Okay, the small business loan situation in Undermountain is a little tricky.
They haven't invented Kickstarter yet. They just have like coin seal.
They actually just kick
not
people.
fair.
They kick people to get
They
them
start to
started.
kick
That's
them,
all.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe then a couple of our more valiant members of our party decided to go back through the Hall of Statues and then let themselves into another room because nothing bad has ever happened when they went into a room.
We're not here to stand in hallways, Dan.
Floating bones are, they're probably pretty nice.
I was hoping for more empty books.
Yeah, the entire 90% of Undermountain is just empty books.
The adventurers
Best
of the
room
blank
ever.
books. Well, the true adventure is the story you write in the blank books.
Oh,
That's not true at
Treasure
all.
was
That is
within us all.
Actually,
actually
not
not
true.
true.
And when those friends
100%
turn on
false.
you.
Provably not true.
The true adventure is sharks.
Sharknado?
Yes. So
Hashtag Tech Shark.
to set the scene for what you guys saw when you opened this door. Actually,
look at the bones.
before we do that, we'll go back down our list of adventurers. Mr. Dragonforge, would you care to introduce yourself?
Please, Mr. Dragonforge is my dad. I'm Peter Dragonforge.
Walked right into that one.
I am a lawful good human paladin, and we used my dad's basement as our hangout area for our party of adventurers before we ended up down here in the Undermountain.
The Undermountain. Who else? I believe we have a cleric in the party.
Why, hello. I am Rizwin. I am a dwarven cleric. I am impeccably 4'3", I think it is. And I am
4'3",
I am searching. I'm searching for history in Undermountain. Very interesting history.
Excellent. There was a singing ranger in there somewhere.
Yes, you may call me Mr. Quiverbottom, by the way.
Nope.
It's not his
Nope.
name, but we can call him that.
Not gonna happen.
You really
Less.
should. Yes, I am.
Senor
I am
Quiverbottom.
Olestrin, the Elven Ranger, Master of the Wilds.
Master?
And,
Master.
Is it Master?
More or
Yeah.
less.
He can make marshmallows, right?
Intern,
I'll be the judge
intern
of
of the
that.
wild?
I'll choose less.
I got more mastery than the rest of you. I'm just going to go that far out on a limb.
False.
That you don't even know what a limb is. All right, that was
I'm
the
about to
voice.
extend one towards you.
Oh, less of a limb, more of a digit. That other voice was our true nature master, our druid.
Yes, I am playing Cat, who is slowly dropping syllables and is now K, because who wants to be called Cat anyway? And she is looking throughout the Undermountain, hoping to find. Are you making little?
What's
scissor-
the symbol for the letter K in sign language? That'll be like our secret.
This.
K. Yep.
Oh man.
I don't know.
And that's in the United States.
All right, whatever.
For
That is
international
filthy.
All right.
watchers, it'll be different.
Now you learn something new every day, Jason. She's looking for a cure for a plague that is plaguing her homeland,
As plagues do.
plagues do.
and plaguing Orlestrin for being woefully under knowledged about the actual woods.
We'll see who's woefully underknowledged. If
Yeah,
we
both
ever
know we're
actually
not
enter
in
any
the
woods, which seems extremely unlikely since
We
we're
are
under a mountain.
underground, but hey,
You never
every
know.
mountain is full of magic.
You
So
never-
So you do know that the
Speaking-
woods
All
are
right,
above
s'more
ground.
off. I'm calling
Speaking
it.
of magic, our resident wizard.
I am Melik, a tiefling wizard. I am in search of knowledge, and there's probably some down here.
Nope, no knowledge.
Oh, come
Fresh
on.
out.
Nope.
Gotta be enough. Maybe somebody dropped some.
Someone no. Well, maybe. And his faithful assistant, our friendly neighborhood rogue.
That would be me. I'm a human rogue. I just learned that I am 5 whole inches taller than Rizwin, who is sort of my other boss, and I pretty much follow them around and do whatever they tell me to. Yep.
Excellent. Great. Well, now that we've refamiliarized everyone with our cast of characters, let us set once again the scene for where we left off. I will turn that over to my co-DM, Tony Sindelar.
So, as you'll recall, you just entered this small chamber, and there is a trail of blood that you've been following for quite some time. It ends at the body of what appears to be a human clad in robes with a pointy hat. You also notice in this small chamber on the southern side a tremendous throne carved from a single block of stone.
Stone Throne.
And on that throne is an ever-moving jumble of bones, including a skull
Stone throne
floating
bone.
over the throne seat.
that can't be healthy.
A pair of bony feet rest on the floor, exactly where they would be if the skeleton were seated on the throne.
He's got restless
Leg bones up to
syndrome.
the knees are still attached to the feet.
So your normal skeleton throne.
Yeah,
You know,
this
you
is,
see,
you
if
know,
you've seen one, you've seen 100.
this is just your typical skeleton sconce. Any
I
good
have
dungeon
seen a
has
hundred,
one.
by the way,
Skeleton sconce.
in
Yeah.
nature.
Ensconced in a skeleton.
Yeah.
Throne.
Totally normal, everyday, floating pile of bones.
So who?
Yeah, not so much.
Can we tell how recently deceased this corpse is over here? Just out of curiosity.
Where are you standing, Illustrin?
I'm just wondering how much our screwing around with the bugbear and the statues might have impacted our ability to save this
We
person
don't
who's
wanna
obviously
know.
drawn on the map in a prone position, but nonetheless maybe alive.
From
I
out in the
have been alive.
hallways. You
Do
probably
not
can't
dismiss
see
the
much.
importance of the statue messing.
Perhaps you would like to move closer. What could go
Perhaps
wrong?
I would.
Well, I would like to, since I'm actually in the room,
That sounds great.
That's right. We're all
would
huddling
like
out.
I would like to go check out the corpse / potentially alive person and
Okay.
see if they are in fact alive.
Why don't you roll a heal check?
And I'm gonna keep my eye on the floating pile of bones there.
Okay.
Are they dead?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
The bones?
So it looks
trust
like
the
you rolled an
bones.
18 on your heal
did.
check.
I did.
So this is the body of a human who you might conclude is some kind of wizardry profession based on his robes, and he appears to be recently deceased.
Can I have his hat?
Is he still warm?
He has lost a great deal of blood. Most of his belongings are rather blood-soaked. even the
Oh
hat.
no!
Peter,
Oh, man.
you're a paladin. You don't just
Waste of a pointy
people's
hat.
I want
okay?
a pointy hat, but I don't want it bloodied. That's gonna
Yeah,
that
you can
stain.
buy a
Didn't stop
pointy
me.
You're gonna
hat.
never
You
get that
earn
stain
a
out of
pointy
there.
hat.
Never gonna get that
You
stain.
Didn't stop
out
me
of
No,
from picking
dry
up a
cleaning
train.
not so great in Underground.
Was it already a red hat?
No, it was blue.
Oh, man.
So now it's
Not
like a
had you
purple
people
hat.
Diminishing him.
Well, that's
Well,
cool.
that
That's
is-
extra wizardy.
That's an unnatural color. That kind of
So,
dye is.
can I tell exactly what killed him?
Yes, he appears to have many rather substantial stab wounds throughout his torso.
CSI Underground.
The
Was he stabbed
old
by the
stabby.
Does the skeleton happen to be holding a stabby thing? By any
The
chance?
skeleton does not happen to be holding anything. He's not even really a skeleton. He's a collection of floating bones.
I was really
There's no
waiting for
visible weapon.
Rizwin to say, "It looks like he," and then don a pair of sunglasses and say, "Got the point."
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Don't.
I'm glad you stood in for me there. That I will defer to you in CSI comments.
Based on the
That's
angle of the
literally all
stab
I've ever
wounds, can I
seen of
determine the
CSI.
approximate height of the assailant.
Based on the what?
The angle of the stab
Wow.
wounds. Can I?
Do you
It
have?
wasn't-
Can we
I
check
didn't put it-
toxicology on this?
Yeah.
Well, based on
Alestrin, do you
the
have a?
goblins that you saw further down the hall, you can guess they're short.
Yeah, let me ask you, Alestrin, do you have a protractor for this angling thing?
I do. That's part of my standard nature gear, actually.
Sure.
Since we're already under the Undermountain, I guess you could say this
Must
guy
be in my other pack.
is dead and buried.
Nope.
He's really not buried.
No, well, we're under the Undermountain, so he is sort of. Yeah. Anyway,
He's entombed.
he is
maybe.
entombed.
Thanks, Mon.
Should we check out if he's got anything on him? Maybe.
Looks like
Maybe
he's
we should make sure he's not going to
mountain.
start moving again before we.
You're saying we should stab him again? That's a little heartless.
I think we should probably leave him alone and investigate the bones. Like, are they magically being held up? I'm assuming so, because generally bones don't just.
Or is there some sort of a
There are no
fan
obvious fishing
underneath?
wire holding
I
them
mean,
up.
you never know how they entomb their dead in the Undermountain. Could
Yeah, they
be
could-
floating
Yes, it's
bones.
true.
They could just position them with fishing line and stuff.
I mean, is there fishing line?
Doesn't look like it. It looks unnatural.
Ah.
Like, does
That's
it
what
give
I'm
me
saying.
any weird
Magical.
chills
Well,
or, like,
look at the time.
chainsaw behind the throne.
I guess that's really up to you as a personal decision in terms of how your character would react to seeing a floating cloud of bones sitting on a rather ornate throne deep underneath the world.
Sorcery.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
I'm slightly mesmerized, but I think we should go someplace else.
I would like to know more about these bones, and I would like
Of
to.
course you would.
Of course, I would. Can I
Or-
do some
can I
sort
t-
of arcane check to see if there's an obvious magical origin for this?
Sure.
Uh-oh. Wasn't ready for that answer.
Can I determine like if the bones are like human or dwarf or anything?
You could do that too. There's all kinds of stuff you could do.
There's my arcana roll. I rolled
Oh yeah,
a
there is
6
all
and
kinds
had
of
11.
magic in this
Are they
room.
close enough to the ground that they could conceivably be jumped?
Melik, you're pretty confident that magic is making these bones float, and it's not like a very strong updraft.
All right.
So
It's
what's
pretty
the-
powerful magic. It's probably beyond your ability to kind of directly interact with.
All right. Good news, everybody. There's powerful magic in this room, and it affects bones.
But I have those.
Yeah, the
My
bone
rheumatism
inside of
feels
us?
fantastic
I'm not
right now, by the way.
with that.
Okay. So who's next? So if you wanted to inspect the bones, I would probably do a heal check for anything kind of related to anatomy.
Okay. How about a 15?
15 is pretty good.
Tell me.
So
tell me-
Rizwin inspects the bones, and Rizwin's a cleric. You've probably been around a little while, and these seem to be human bones, and it seems to be a more or less complete set.
Okay.
She also gets a +1 to perception checks. Oh, that's not a perception check. Never mind.
But good to know.
Thanks for sharing.
Just let you know.
Thanks.
Did you want to do something?
I just want to stand here in the corner and watch the bones float around.
It's
Kinda cool.
You sure know how to have a good time.
On this
I'm kind of wishing I
side,
had
with
one of these
the
in my
ranger.
office.
It's like a really dry lava lamp.
So soothing. The bones seem happy where they are.
Well, I mean, they're fairly happy. You do notice as you guys walked around the room, and you, for example, as you inspected the corpse, that the skull kind of like tracks your movement as you go.
Oh god,
like the
guys, we're in the
eyes
haunted
follow you.
mansion.
It's just inside out. It's totally a trap.
I think, yeah.
Maybe we should ask
Does
it
anybody
where
wanna
Zara
look at
is.
look at the throne there and see if they can spot any secret compartments or anything kicking around? Somebody that has better. Actually, I have pretty good perception.
I'll do it too. We can both. I'll either aid or.
I'm gonna back away
All right.
from the throne because this is obviously kind of unnatural.
I'm.
And while they're doing that, I am going to address the bones directly to see if I can reason with them in some way, assuming that I
Which
can
bone
roll
are
a
you going-
diplomacy check.
Which bone are you going to address?
Almighty bones.
The skull.
Okay.
I'm gonna,
Kind of a traditional choice.
I'm gonna say, hey,
Skull.
Hey, Skull, we mean you no harm. I don't know what harm we could do to you. We are just adventurers in Undermountain. And that's 17 diplomacy roll. I hope that really gets me in good with the skull.
It's hard to say. There's no immediate reaction from the skull, but I don't know. Maybe Peter feels really good about what he did.
He does.
Yeah, I could
He's
tell.
doing his job.
Yeah.
We keep you around for a reason.
Diplomacy.
So, Kay, you rolled an assistance on somebody's perception,
Yes, on Alestrin's persist.
and then Alestrin actually did a perception, right?
I did.
What'd you get?
24.
With Kay's help, that's pretty good. You notice a kind of indentation around the base of the throne, which you suspect is a secret panel.
Ooh.
You, however, don't have any kind of obvious signs of how you would activate or open that.
Turn the skull. Somebody grab the head and turn it.
That seems like a bad idea.
I volunteer you.
Yeah, I love the number of people that are volunteering to.
Look, I'm great at
Interact with
range.
it
I'm not so.
versus the
Could I
number of
shoot an
people?
arrow at the skull and turn
Well-
it that way?
Who will bell the skeleton?
Flessa's really good at like thievery and things. Could she pop it
Leslie,
open?
you probably shouldn't do
I
that.
can sometimes get into things, but I don't want to touch the bones.
I recommend not doing that. I don't
Okay,
want
then
Lisa
I'll-
going near those.
I'm going to
That's
have a look at the
scary.
torches around the perimeter here and see if any of the sconces look like they're movable or.
They are pretty sweet torches. They're giving the room a nice kind of,
Glow.
just the right amount of lighting. It's kind of atmospheric.
I'm gonna-
It's
Who
nice.
keeps them lit?
So I'm gonna go back behind the throne to see if there's anything back there, and also because I want to see it would be really cool if I could make that skull turn all the way around.
Spin all the way around.
That'd be really
Yeah, that's
awesome.
Sweet. Good call.
Breaking its poor non-existent spinal column.
Anything back there?
They're just it's the back of a throne. It's not as fancy as the front of the throne.
Yeah.
Is the-
always
Is there
Yeah,
a release
it's not like-
mechanism for the secret panel back
There's
there?
no giant lever.
You know, the
that
true
says-
throne makers make the back of it look just as good as the front of it, even though nobody's going to see it because they know that it's well made.
So
Especially when you have the throne sitting like 5 feet away from the back wall, which is, a little. It's breaking protocol a bit, but.
Well, I think that's for the lighting to hit the
Oh,
occupant of this throne
this-
properly.
Nice.
Right,
Did the
and they
skull
have guards
follow
stand back and
Peter
behind.
as you went back there?
I'm sorry, I don't think I heard. quite
Did
what
the
you said.
skull follow Peter as you went back there?
Yeah, let's say yeah.
Woohoo!
So he wasn't paying attention to the rest of us, but was paying attention to him.
Yeah.
All right. I'm officially creeped out. Let's go check out another room.
Oh, but there's good stuff in that throne. We got to figure out some way to get in there.
Is it?
I'll let you guys do that.
Have we figured out whether that throne is tripped via thievery or via magic? With someone with magical abilities, not unnatural magical abilities? Want to?
Yeah, can somebody discern whether the throne itself is magical or if it's just the bones?
I'll have a look at it. What do you got here? You got a throne, good for sitting. I have rolled a number.
It is a high number.
Malik, you feel confident this whole situation's very magical.
This whole room is kind of filled with magic.
Yeah.
Um,
Like you suspect probably somebody's not coming by and like relighting those torches every day.
So yeah, and can we
The magic in this room is beyond my capabilities to directly mess with.
let's search the body and then leave the room? How about that?
I'm going to shoot an arrow at the skull.
Could you give us some warning, those of us that are standing right next to the throne?
This is your
It's a
warning.
very good shot.
Oh
I'm
geez, here he
unlikely
goes.
Over here.
See if I can
let's
knock the
say.
skull off of the throne.
Oh, like William Tell with it.
I'm gonna back.
Told
I'm gonna go
going
in
back in the hallway.
yeah, we're going back. Just don't. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go. Good luck.
Bye.
So
Come
it
on,
looks
you
like
guys.
Storming the
many of
castle
our
of
adventurers are
Mars.
going to
I'll be right.
temporarily retreat from the room.
I'll be right. I'll
Wow.
be right over here.
Unless
Hey, I
engages
never
in
went
some
in.
Not entirely agreed upon.
Just backing away from
Well, no
the
one's
wall.
telling me
strategies.
not to do it. They're just leaving the room.
Well, I assumed you would have already shot without asking our permission. So
Well, I'm a team player. All right, I'm going to stand out in the hallway here.
That's where we are.
Well, there's a doorway there. Whatever
I-
comes shooting
I
out
don't
of me is
think
probably
it's a
still
good
going to just
idea
hit
to
me.
shoot the skulls. Just a thought.
My magical experience tells me that most powerful magical systems cannot be easily disrupted by shooting arrows at them, and if they can, it's usually explosive.
And if that skeleton is actually conscious or a thinking being of some variety, he's probably not going to appreciate you shooting an arrow at him. Just thinking about that.
Also, let us remember that, not too long ago, things were shooting arrows at us.
That's true.
Maybe it has magical
Yeah.
abilities to redirect our fire.
I still think the most important thing to do in that room is to search the body of the wizard.
Oh, we still haven't done that, have we?
No.
Nope. You won't run back out.
There's
in
a
the
guy
hallway.
with an arrow, bow and arrow. Like, I gotta get that skull.
I don't feel the need to search the body.
Really?
Really.
Oh man, why are we
I'm
even
res-
down here?
I'm respecting the dead.
What if there's history?
All
in
right,
that
I-
book? Maybe he's got a history.
I'm
What
gonna
if
go up to
that body
Alestrin.
is brimming with
Peter
knowledge
goes up to
towards each
Alestrin and says, "Hold on a second. Let me at least give the body a once over." And Peter's going to come over and give a little a look.
Whoa! What are you doing?
A
to
look.
this guy?
I'm occupying the same square as him. What are you talking about?
And you're a paladin?
Here you go. Okay, I am looking at him from a respectful distance and searching his body respectfully.
Roll respect.
That's diplomacy, right?
He's abstaining.
That's 1,000. 1,000 respect out of 100.
That's
Man, this
Lawful
went off
good
the rails
respect.
fast.
So there's not much on the body of the wizard other than the blood-stained clothes, which you've already seen. He carries, basically your usual sort of adventuring gear, some rope, some fire-starting materials. He does appear to have some sort of magical implement, but it doesn't appear to be anything particularly interesting or special. This guy did not seem like he was necessarily the most well-trained wizard, hence perhaps his untimely demise.
I'm gonna
I'm still alive. That should tell you
I'm gonna
something.
take the
Maybe there's a
I'm gonna take the magical implement and the hat, and I'm gonna go back out of the room and give them to Melik and say, "Hey, I got these for you, buddy. I don't know if they're any good, but check it out." And then that's
The
that's
hat
it.
is I would say dripping, but really sopping.
Yeah.
with blood.
Well, I'm going to carry it with like my arm extended and let the blood drip as I
Is it
take it to
outburst
Melik,
maybe?
and then I hand it to Melik and step away and get
At home, Peter has a
give him a
embroidered,
thumbs up.
Embroidered piece on his wall that reads "World's Worst Paladin."
I'm new at
although
this.
a wizard,
is
although a
not
wizard's
good
hat
for
is very,
nature.
although a wizard's hat is very important to him, the hat of a dead wizard does not normally carry any symbolic or real value.
Okay, I dropped the hat then.
So
I've
let's just
learned
leave that.
something today.
Well,
Wisdom. From
I
our
guess a
local
necromancer might find some use in the blood that's soaking it.
Yeah.
The blood of a dead wizard.
We don't have those.
All right, I'm
Good.
ready to move on down the hallway and not anger
All
the
right,
bones.
if I pop off this skull, will you guys at least back me up if something awful happens?
Maybe.
Nope. I'm going down the
Fly
hallway.
hazy, try again
I will.
later.
I will, friend.
All right, I'm gonna pop it. Here it comes. Range basic.
yeah, that'll work great.
It's 28. It's
Now
a
It's a crit.
Wow, you critted that skeleton. Wow. I was gonna make a joke about you missing the floating skull, but no, you hit it pretty soundly.
Right in one of
So
the eye
your
holes.
arrow-
Come on, one of the eye holes.
Your arrow get right through the eye hole, and in fact takes it because of the velocity and the angle, shoots it like right off the throne, and seemingly is about to pin it to the wall, and it gets pinned there for about a second, and then the skull simply just disappears from the arrow. The arrow is still stuck in the wall, skull disappears, and then momentarily later, like a moment later, reappears floating back where it came from.
Okay, we got to get out of here.
So,
As though
All right, I'm
Okay,
gonna
that
go
was
with my
pretty
arrow.
neat.
Nice
I
shot,
thought
though.
you
Nice
were
shot,
for that.
Alestrin. Good shot. Good try.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. I
the
was aiming
skull
for the apple,
also
but
the skull swivels to look at Alestrin. Doesn't say anything. Just looks at him.
what's up, buddy?
All right.
Sorry about the shooting through your skull thing.
If you had to guess, you'd say that
You're
skull
not.
is saying, "You know what you did."
Hey,
You do have
looks
to guess
pretty
because
I
cheerful.
do. I totally rocked that shot. Is what I did.
Skulls usually look pretty cheerful in that.
That's
experience.
true. It's a good point. It's smiling at
It's a
me.
happy skull.
So what's down the hallway?
yeah. So you guys are closing the door on the dead man's throne and walking away.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are
For
probably
now.
lovely things in that throne room, but not so lovely as the.
I like that we've inspired fear in you now. Nobody wants
Really,
to mess
Tony's
with anything.
statues have inspired fear in all of us.
Oh, I want to mess with all kinds of stuff, but I was told not to.
All right. Well, all
What
right.
things
so
they're afraid of? Statues, doors,
bone,
thrones,
creepy bone,
Floating
Bones.
bone clouds.
bones,
Not the corpse though. The
Torches.
corpse we're okay with.
DMs.
Chairs.
other players.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
honestly,
that's
the
so fun
floating
to
bone
bust
cloud
right
is
now.
probably totally harmless. It's not an inanimate object or something else otherwise not dangerous.
So
It's neat, but I don't see what use it is to us.
So to kind of reorient us, you guys are now standing in the hall with many, many statues in it, and that was kind of the first main chamber you arrived in Undermountain. So there's a passageway leading back to that place that leads back up to the tavern. There are many other side passageways from it, and there were 2 trails of blood. One that led into this room, and then one that led into the room where you fought a group of kobolds and goblins. And there was also further chambers beyond that where you conversed with a bugbear and a dwarven prisoner and so on. And I believe specifically, just to reorient you for geography, Smirgle the bugbear had indicated that all of kind of Czar's headquarters was to the east
Yeah, he's
of where you were.
There was some sort of laboratory back there.
yeah,
as
and
I
then
recall.
then some stairs
Some
down.
stairs.
Right.
Yep. Now there are many, many other passageways off of the Hall of Statues, and in fact, the Hall of Statues continues for some distance, but it's not illuminated to the west.
There's another door
The
right.
light dies off, but you could keep going to the west for some time if you provided your own illumination. Though maybe some of those statues are as interesting as the first couple.
But we
Let's
use
look
the
for some more rooms with secret doors in them that we won't open.
we use the magic word to disarm the statues. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know a magic word. Remember?
Statues are up.
Okay, how come you're so far away?
Although the bugbear, while we were in that room,
question.
could have come back and said it again.
Hold on. Why can't I move myself? Where am I?
You're all the way over.
I have no idea. That's
I think
really
some of the characters had wandered ahead.
me wander ahead. No.
No, I mean, I think they left you.
No,
No.
we're a
never.
team.
I made you.
Do that.
Tony, that was a very dramatic way of seeming to suggest that we just go back where we were before instead of going down here.
You know, there are many, many places you can go in the Undermountain. It is a labyrinth, but you can do whatever you want. This is
Hey,
an
Fletcher.
adventure we create together with our imagination, where
Let's
you
go
guys
back to the bone
wander
room.
through the darkness, getting killed by statues.
If
Hey,
we go
Lester.
back,
Yes,
Can you check out the door right behind me and see if there's traps on it?
I can look, but I really think you're better at that than I am.
Really?
Hey, why are we not
My perception's not that great.
this
Mine-
last
I can
corpse that we
back-
just found? Are we
You
not going to
see,
settle that one
it's-
into the bucket?
It's wisdom based.
Oh,
I've got a fairly high perception. I can check.
If you find something, I'm your gal.
see, I don't think we should take the corpse out of that throne room.
Ugh, that's not a great
Because-
roll.
There's probably a reason it was left there.
I think he actually
Crawled
probably dragged
there, yeah.
himself there and then died.
Oh,
Dead things don't move. That's why it was left
well, I
there.
think. Well, I think they dragged him in there, stabbed him to death, and left him there, possibly as a friend for the skeleton.
Well, I think it was dead, or on its way to being dead when it crawled in there. It probably was stabbed in
You know,
that
you
opening
say-
Ballad
encounter.
of the Lonely
It really
Skeleton.
was him.
He,
I
yeah,
think.
he.
It's it now.
So anything on the door there?
Where was your number?
This one right here.
You know, the door seems solid and untrapped. And as far as you can tell, unlocked. You could simply turn the handle and enter.
One does not simply walk through a door in Undermountain.
Actually, yeah, they do that all the time.
That's what the doors
like
are there
all
for.
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, whatever. I go check out the door. And I
So
open it.
you open this door. At first blush, it seems to be a
Come on, books. Come on,
room
books.
that
Come on,
contains
books. Come on,
much-
books.
Not much more than tables that seem to be set up for games. There's some dice, some cards, some more complicated games with playing pieces, and you're kind of
Shiny
looking
things.
at that, and you're like, well, that's kind of interesting. It's empty. It's a fairly small, self-contained room. But
Hey guys, let's play D&D.
briefly thereafter, your eyes are drawn upwards, and you notice that above on the ceiling there are glued a ton of furniture in the other direction, many of which seem to also contain cards and dice and games with playing pieces that you assume are glued onto those tables.
Sounds like it'd be
Do you
hard
actually
played.
see any glue, or
I mean, it's hard to tell. You don't really know off the top of your head how else they would get those things affixed to the ceiling, but perhaps there is something else going on there.
Creepy.
How do you play a dice game in a room where the gravity changes?
That's a great question.
Just
Very
which
carefully.
Rigged.
it just depends on which side you're on, top or bottom. Good one, Steve.
Well, somebody went in.
Since we only have one torch, I would like to
Ah, well,
you
let's
could light a torch?
illuminate my orb, please.
That's
I
something
Well,
best done in the
well.
privacy of your own home.
Prestidigitation, I believe.
Okay.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
It is.
Okay, so you have
Emphasis
a
on the
glowing
digit.
orb.
Okay, I'm gonna go inspect some of the games.
So some of
Because
them you're
why not?
pretty familiar with. I mean, there's some standard playing cards and some dice. You'd be familiar with a game. I think it's called Three Dragon Ante, which is a fairly common game that you would find in your inns and taverns and gaming houses. Stuff that's used for minor gambling type games of chance. Some of the more complicated ones you don't necessarily know off the top of your head what they are. There's some that are written in sort of strange, unfamiliar writing that doesn't seem to be of any alphabet or language that that you know of, and then others that seem
Really?
like they might just be more either simple or complex games of played by goblins, kobolds, and other creatures that have some recreation time.
I rolled a 7. I definitely don't recognize those languages.
Yeah, they're unusual. It's strange. You thought that you were pretty well versed in most types of common script, but for whatever reason, these things they just don't seem to mean anything to you.
Is this one of those
Are
things?
any of the dice shiny or sparkly?
Oh yes, many of the dice are shiny and sparkly.
All right. Then
What
I
is
may
a
try to
dice?
liberate a couple when nobody's looking.
Roll. Give me a thievery roll.
Sure. There we go.
So you reach over to grab one of the dice, and you think you're being exceptionally sneaky about it. Nobody's really paying attention to you. And as you grab the die and try to pull it up from the table, you realize that it apparently is also glued to the table, so it doesn't move.
That also seems like it would make a game hard.
I don't like this room. I'm leaving.
Yeah,
Yeah, sounds good.
guys, I think the rooms down this end of the hallway are increasingly boring.
I agree. Let's go try to find this.
Yeah, everything's boring after you let that skeleton that's floating over a throne let go.
Let's go see if we can find this Zara fellow.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I
there,
think so.
Wolfsman. I don't know what
Whatever you
games
say,
are
boss.
anyway.
Go-
They look kind of weird.
Want to go back to that lab that our friend Smurgle the Bugbear told us was behind that door?
Oh yeah,
Lab
the
full
one
of
we had
kobolds.
burst
That one.
into?
Yeah, they called the non-certified laboratory
Yes.
manned by kobolds.
Yeah, sure. I could use another fight.
It may be certified. It's unclear.
I don't think they respect the scientific method, Dan.
I mean, that's awfully judgmental.
I still think we should mess with the bones some more.
Well, there's always the opportunity to split your party into two separate.
Oh, that'll
Never
go
split
well.
the party.
Split up to cover more ground.
Yeah,
I
think
think
I'll
that's
find
a
Wanna
bad
live up
idea.
to this podcast name, don't you?
yeah.
No, we're gonna.
Well, it wouldn't
kill
be total if
part
we're
of the
split
party,
up.
and then we're gonna kill the
Guys,
other.
let's
part of the party.
do a little
Split party
podcast
kill.
just about Steve. It'll be about 4 minutes long.
Alestrin and the Adventures of the Floating Bones.
And now Lestrin's dead. And
Yeah,
Steve will roll
there
a
was
new
only
character
ever
every
one
turn you.
episode of that show.
It was awesome, though.
Oh, good. I can see the rest of you again. That's exciting.
All right.
As I have a torch.
So you are navigating your way back through the room that you where you first met a whole bunch of kobolds with that other blood trail.
Yep.
And then further into that prison hall.
Yes.
And then I believe there were some double doors. I'm just gonna temporarily.
Snape killed him.
Yes.
Spoilers.
Oh my.
But we haven't said the movie yet, so
Good night, everybody.
So it's okay.
Could be Rashomon.
So to remind you where you were, I believe the doors to the west in this map go back into the main Kobold Goblin rooms, and the
Yep.
doors to the east move forward into what you were told was a laboratory.
And this
this room collapsed.
makeshift prison room is not in great condition, seeing as a large section of the ceiling kind of
Collapse, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say that keep in mind that this door, the top door with Melik's standing next to, it's salvageable. The bottom door is probably a little harder to get through since there's a lot of rubble and stuff around, and pulling a door open against a bunch of rubble is a little difficult.
Rubble.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
Is
Hamburger.
there like a zombie in here somewhere?
There is.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
that pillar
You
there.
should-
Ah!
You should watch out for that zombie.
Yeah. He seems
fine.
Did not put
excited to see
myself
you
there.
again.
No,
He looks very lonely.
No zombies.
Melik, are you leading the way into the lab?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, the
Cool.
orb is leading the way, technically.
Yes.
I like it.
The orb does what I tell it.
Does it? Interesting. All right. So, let me move us to the next map, which I can presumably do as soon as I figure this out.
Tony said this was
great.
totally where we should go.
Yeah, I know. Well, Tony, don't argue with the dungeon master.
No.
It's what have you learned in life?
That
all
is
you
what
need
I've
to
learned
know.
in
Yeah.
life.
To be fair, Smurgle told you to go this way. Tony is much
That's
more
also
indifferent.
true. Well,
So
no.
you're saying we should have learned do what bugbears tell us?
Yeah, that is the
I feel like
cardinal rule of
Always
one
listen
of
to
the
the
big
bugbear.
takeaways from this adventure is going to be how each of your characters thinks about their future dealings with bugbears.
Oh, good.
this. Sorry.
Doesn't all have to be the same.
I still say
I'm pretty sure my character won't think about it very much.
Nice.
That or anything else.
All right.
Okay, so
we do it,
let's move. There we
Having
go.
trouble opening this door. It's taken a while.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of rubble on the ground, guys.
Yeah, Dan is clearing each of the little blocks from the door so you can open the door. All right.
All right. So I believe Melik has stepped inside.
there's Barney Rubble, there's Betty Rubble, there's Bam Bam Rubble.
Where's
Inside
Malik?
the lab.
I
Hi.
can't even see Malik.
Oh, there I
You
am.
may have loaded kind of north of
Wow.
the map, if that helps.
Ah, yes.
There's not a lot of room inside the map right now.
All right.
Hi.
So,
All right, everybody's standing on top of Melik now. It's great.
so Malik,
Sure.
there's a short hallway up beyond. It's well lit with torches on the wall. And there are kind of two little alcoves with doors on them to your right, which would be to the south. And there's also a door at the end of this hallway to the east. So you have, I would say at least 3 options for where you could go, assuming you don't want to start like tearing down walls.
Let's start digging.
Yeah, there's always up or down in addition to east, north, south, and west.
Okay. I will take a look at this door right here and see if I can determine whether or not it's trapped.
So Rizwin is exploring the first door to the south to check if it's trapped.
Yes, I can explore the other door and see if.
How's
it's
a
also
24?
trapped.
24 is great. The door does not seem to be trapped. This is actually a stone door. It's particularly kind of sturdy and heavy. Probably would block a decent amount of sound or other things, but does not appear to be trapped. Just appears to be a door.
How about the other door? 19.
The other door, K, seems to be of similar construction and similar non-trap status.
Rockin'. Well, this isn't trapped, guys.
Neither is this one, supposedly.
As far as you know.
So the traps are probably beyond this door.
Yeah, that just means the door itself is not dangerous.
Not everything's about traps, guys. Some things are just about doors.
After the
That's
last
what
2
We were told not to
sessions-
trust anything and that there were traps everywhere. The blind dwarf said so.
What would a blind dwarf know? He probably just tripped over a bunch of stuff.
What percentage of the doors in the various homes that you guys live
Also-
in are trapped? Out of curiosity.
50.
I'm not telling you that. My enemies
out
would
of
find
2.
out.
More than you'd think, actually.
Also, I'll point out that the blind dwarf was not blind when he came down here.
No.
Yeah, he was a cartographer, actually.
He made
I
carts.
forgot about that.
Yes, that's it. He made carts.
And graphs.
And graphs. And fur.
Yes.
Carts and graphs.
And then he drew maps, also.
No tables, though, for some reason.
He was just
I'm a big
missing an
table guy.
H.
Just carts and graphs.
This fascinating conversation you guys are having while sitting in front of these two doors.
I'm just waiting for somebody to tell me what to do.
Okay, can somebody launch into one of these rooms?
Do a little dance.
Someone should launch into one of these rooms.
Make a little love.
Okay, I went into the last one. So I think somebody else should go first this time.
I'm gonna try to push open the stone door.
Pretty sure I went through the last one. That's how we got in here.
All right, Peter.
Can I open the stone door?
Sure. So when you step into this area, you notice a very, very strong melange of smells. Not
Ooh, a
most-
melange.
yeah, unpleasant melange.
Is this where those guys got their
I-
pots from?
You can identify some chemicals that smell very pungent. There's a strong smell of smoke, and underneath it, the kind of sickly sweet smell of burned flesh.
Oh, I thought it was going to be patchouli.
I don't like that.
Never.
That's even worse.
I know. Thank
you
God.
catch sight of some entry across from this entryway. You catch sight of some workbenches that seem to be covered in tools that are carefully arranged and laid out, and some other materials that seem to be raw materials for making some sort of alchemical solution. And peeking around, you see there seem to be a bunch of them sitting away, or sitting around. You can see, I believe. Let me just take a look here. There are some people inside this room, and I say people in the nicest way possible.
I bet you could say it nicer than that.
Does
give
that
it a
mean
try.
goblins?
It means things that are not quite goblins here. We'll move.
Goblins are-
That's offensive.
Yeah.
Are they bugbears? 'Cause I've been thinking about how I feel about bugbears.
How do you feel about bugbears? Tell me more.
I'd like to meet more of them.
Hey guys, I came back to tell you about my sandwich ideas. Just kidding. I got work to do. See you later.
But I wanted a sandwich.
It would be a rat sandwich. Sorry.
All right. So, Peter,
Deep fried, I'm fine with
You,
anything.
as you open the door, can see there are some kobolds in here. Among them appears to be one particular kobold who is carefully pouring liquid from one container into a vial that already contains another liquid.
Uh-oh.
And he
Are
seems
the
to be
liquids different colors? And do they bubble up?
Yeah, they do totally. They bubble.
I
There's
shoot
a
the vial.
little combination.
No.
Lestern is not in the room yet.
No.
He seems very, very focused on this. However, there are some other kobolds in the room who seem less focused on that. More, they were just sort of milling around, maybe some filling up some containers or sharpening some tools. And a couple of them definitely look over towards you as you walk in. And
I'm coming
seem
in.
to be very surprised and go for their weapons.
And I say, hey guys, did you hear that half that room collapsed right next door?
So I think
Hey.
before
All
everybody,
right,
else
everybody
goes
chill,
back,
or I shoot the vial.
since everyone just moved. To
I
the
just
same
shout
square.
boo and see if the guy drops the
Bad
vial.
map planning.
What's wrong with moving in the same square? We're just standing next to each other.
Yeah, we're pals.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
really,
nothing,
really tight.
nothing could go wrong.
I'll be back out here.
Nothing.
And then Jay decided to turn into a beast.
Should I be seeing anything besides blackness at this point?
Well, I appear to be the only one with the torch, so
Hey Sarah, I think your microphone is freaking out again.
is it?
Yeah, it's getting fuzzy.
I don't know
a
what
bugbear.
to do.
Best thing would be to
Fiddle with the jack.
stop your recording, unplug your mic, replug it in, and then start your recording again.
All right.
Sorry.
And save the file.
Yes.
Jason Snell, master troubleshooter
Save the file.
of all things podcast.
I can
Unplug
shoot it,
and then
but
plug it back in.
that doesn't always help. Now we can't hear.
If we're taking a break, I'm sneaking out to get another Coke. It's hot in here.
That sounds like
That
Okay.
seems reasonable.
Nice shirt.
Um,
Dan, is everyone able to see the room okay, or was there some
Can't-
question about
can't
what
hear you.
lighting
I-
people could see?
I'm trying to see if I can fix
Reload the
stream
browser,
while
maybe,
I'm
Sarah.
sick.
yeah, it's very
Ah.
yeah.
How about that?
Nope.
Still nothing.
How about that?
Great. You just
There you
have to
are.
make sure to save your old recording and make a new recording for this part.
I can totally do that. Hold on
Awesome.
1 second. New audio recording. Recording audio.
Give me 1 sec. Since I can't see.
And that's the last we ever heard of Dan. I can't see.
I can see in.
I can't see, and then he went away. How late are we going to go tonight? Just for
That is an excellent.
Yeah, I don't know.
okay.
2 more hours. No.
No, no, thank you, sir.
I don't know. I don't know.
One is probably.
I think I was assuming the latest we would go would be 10/1 at the latest, or until Dan falls asleep.
If we
Dan,
all start talking in a quiet monotone, we'll be done faster.
wake up, Dan.
Yeah.
Can everyone tell us your favorite?
He's turned into an
lullabies?
icon. That's what happens when he sleeps.
Creepy.
He seems
I want to be a cartoon when I sleep.
He messaged me to let me
You
know.
never
that.
know.
That's right.
Let's do it.
Okay, so
Mind
should we
blown.
be rolling for initiative with these guys, since I think we probably surprised them, right?
I would. Why don't you do that?
Are we going to be in a position where we're not all standing in the same square?
You cannot actually all stand in the same square.
Yeah.
Technically,
There's
that's
not a whole lot
that's
more
not really
room.
okay.
That's
so really,
probably
you guys should go
room.
back to where you were when Peter opened the door. And then
Okay.
on your initiative, you can do various things.
Okay.
All right, I was there.
Otherwise, all the kobolds get to do crazy stuff simultaneously too, and I don't
Yeah,
think
let's
you want
not
them
do
to do
that.
that.
I still want
Ooh.
to shoot the vial.
Like in a dance movie.
Well, you can shoot it when it is your turn. By which I mean, don't
Everybody
shoot it.
relax, or I'm going to shoot the vial out of that guy's hand.
It's not helping us to relax.
It's a very
Not you.
specific threat.
Kobolds.
You have 10 seconds.
Well, he's obviously
I'm
doing
gonna
something very
explode the
touchy. He's
room.
being very careful, so maybe we can. I don't know. We don't really need any information out of these guys, do we?
I mean, we might.
It's a value statement.
We need information out of everything and everyone we see. We don't know
All right.
what we're
Information's
doing.
overrated.
All right,
You
Dan, are
would say
back?
that, Felissa.
Peter,
I am.
voice of reason.
I just did.
All right, have all of the adventurers rolled initiative?
I have.
Yes.
I have.
Yes.
Hang on. Here I go. Oh, look at that.
We can't.
I can't see
Uh,
it.
Yeah,
Dungeon
I
Master
can't.
Dan,
Yeah.
have our adversaries rolled initiative?
They will do so now. I found that button. There we go.
So, Peter, since you were the first to open the door, you'd be free to do any kind of conversing as free actions on your turn. But it seems like both your friends and the current occupants of this room seem currently predisposed toward
Yep.
settling things via tussle.
Is
I-
Peter in the room?
as-
One step in the room?
yeah.
or-
It's one step in.
As a
All right.
free action, I say Smurgle the Bugbear says free sandwiches for everybody in the next room.
That's the worst battle cry I've ever heard in my life.
Free sandwiches.
Away!
You,
we
sir,
need a
are going to
better
get to learn
tag.
about making.
Free
We're
the
going to find out
sandwiches!
what Peter's bluff check is like.
I do have one question.
Not technically a bluff because
I
We
rolled
did
a
get an
17. I
action
think
point
one of
in the
them
next
thinks
room.
they're real.
We did get an action point after the last fight, correct?
I believe
Yeah.
that's true.
So,
I've
yes.
got one.
Yep.
All right.
All right. So I believe Alestrin Quiverbottom, you are at the top of the order.
Wow. Okay. So can I send an arrow through this sea of bodies between me and these bad guys? Or am I gonna
yes.
have to? Am I gonna have
I'm
to
short.
step around him?
Now, just to describe what our adventurers are currently doing, Peter has opened a door and stepped in, and there's a laboratory beyond with many workbenches and some low walls and some kobolds that are available and the sound of others nearby. Alestrin is behind several other adventurers who are behind Peter, and he has a view of one kobold kind of far across the room that he could totally shoot an arrow at. You could
This
also
guy
move
here?
into the room and maybe see some other stuff. I was thinking, I don't know how you do that thing, but the
This guy here.
one
That guy.
directly south of you. Yeah, thank you,
okay.
Dan.
Which is the one holding the vial?
There's this guy over here.
Can I see him?
In the middle.
You do
No.
not really have a shot on him.
All right. I'd slide to the left one step, but I guess I wouldn't really know he was there. So,
I
Just
don't
a
think
step
I
to
got
the
him.
left, Steve.
and then a jump to the right, or vice
Nope.
versa.
Put your hands on your hips.
But if you put your hands on your hips, you won't be able to fire your bow very well. Just saying.
That is his specialty.
Could have a
Excellent
magic
point.
bow.
It's the pelvic thrust, though, that really drives him insane.
You just have to
right.
whistle, and the arrow will shoot around.
Exactly.
So, since there's only one dude I can see, and
No,
you're
like
saying I
it's
can
time warp.
Gotta
You're saying
murder
like-
someone.
take a shot without killing all of my compatriots here,
I don't. Do you have any non-arrow related things that you do?
Do you have
not
any
really.
boxing glove arrows or?
You've got a super short human and two dwarves in
Explosive
front of you.
arrow.
You could shoot right over our heads.
Oh, that's a
Wait,
good point. I'm
He doesn't
fairly
have
tall.
two dwarves.
Well, I'm tallish.
Isn't? Oh, Peter, are you human? I thought you were a dwarf for some reason.
I am
Sorry.
human.
Okay.
He's-
Well, never
I
mind.
talk.
Certain
I
values
talk.
of human.
I talk short, but I am tall.
Also,
little-
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He, is
He
a
doesn't
half-elf.
present well. He slouches a lot. He's kind of hairy, maybe.
All right. So your assessment is I'm safe to take a shot here, or
On the kobold, definitely.
Just don't roll a
You
one.
don't worry about shooting your friends unless you want to shoot your friends.
all right. I
I
won't
mean,
worry
you
about
never,
shooting my
you
friends.
never worry about shooting your friends. That much is apparent.
Friends.
I just don't want to shoot the food. I hate it when that guy comes on and says,
please.
"Elf shot the food."
Imagine it's a
yeah.
skull.
So I will first make this only guy that I can see my quarry, which I believe is this guy here,
Yep.
as my miner, and then I'm going to go ahead and fire off just a ranged basic. As boring as that sounds,
It does sound pretty boring.
it is boring, isn't it? And that is a 25.
Your
Pretty
so
good for
that
him.
that kobold is apparently, having seen Peter walk in and is startled, he turns around and he starts to pick up a javelin that's lying right near him, but an arrow just goes through his head and he dies.
Oh no!
Oh.
So it's like that.
Does it pin his skull to the back wall? Because that would be awesome.
This is a family-friendly podcast, so
Oh,
So
fix
yes.
that.
yes,
Hey, he did it with the skull.
that skull was already dead.
Or was it?
Or was it?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
you'll never know. You left that room.
good job,
By the
Alestra.
way, when she says I did it with the skull, she means I shot the arrow through the skull.
Like
Very
the
good
story.
clarification.
Family friendly.
It's
Family
a
friendly.
family podcast. I don't think I have anything else I can really do here, having
Would you like
You
to
can move.
or use that move for some other minor action?
I'm probably unaware at this point that that other door leads to the same room, correct?
Probably.
All right, then I'll just stay where I'm at, and yeah, maybe I'll move it up one here so I can see if I can get another angle on
All right.
the room. The room.
Room.
Sounds good. All right, we're moving on. Melik.
Ah, can I see this guy over here from where I am?
Let's see. So you're back behind that corner.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it may be tough. He at best, he definitely has some sort of cover. I don't know. I would say you might have a shot on him, but he's going to have some cover.
All right. Well, luckily, I am a master of the magical spell Magic Missile, which never misses.
A first level spell.
It's magic, okay?
Ma-
You
and
just
he's
got
master
arrows,
of
so
it.
back off. So,
Yes.
pew pew. Take,
Yeah. So you shoot an arrow, and not unlike
A magic
maybe
missile.
you give a little whistle while you're doing it. I don't
Zips
know,
up.
but that arrow just goes like, whoop, and then just takes a sharp right turn around that corner. And this guy who thought he was very cleverly behind cover and was sort of ready to sneak around and maybe stab Peter is also shot to death.
I like these guys where we don't have to roll damage or anything.
They're the
Minions.
best. They're awesome.
All right.
So for those of you who are somewhat new to 4th edition, some of our players have identified some of your opponents as what are called minions, which are one-hit kill enemies. So, yeah.
Anything else from you, Milik?
No, that seemed fine.
All right.
I'll hang back out here in the hallway.
Rizwin.
Well, I'm way the heck back here.
Safely in the hallway, where nothing bad will ever
Yes.
happen to you.
Nothing bad will ever happen to me.
Yet.
Yes. I guess I have a movement of 5, right?
Sounds right.
Sounds good.
So if I move right here, would I be able to hit this guy?
If you move right where? Sorry. Do that
right
one more time.
here. Right here, where
Yeah.
I'm standing right now.
Yeah, you close with the kobold scientist.
Okay.
Indeed.
Then I am going to cast Son Linor's Hammer, whatever that is. The fancy schmancy melee attack.
Yep.
Um,
For someone so interested in research, your lack of pronunciation is a little strange.
I'm not good
She
at
reads
this.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yes,
She
she
didn't
reads.
realize-
Just
I,
read.
I,
Read
I
out
don't
loud.
speak it out loud.
Scrap.
Yeah, you didn't have one of those friends.
She has trouble
with
finding the audiobooks.
great vocabulary, but says all the words wrong because they just read and never talk to anybody. That's like everybody I knew in high
That's
school.
me.
Yeah.
That's totally me.
That was
So
me too.
I'm gonna roll.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and hit this guy.
I too was a disc pull of that technique.
Yes.
How do I? I forget this now.
Talking to people is hard.
Yeah,
Talking to people
that's
is
true.
hard.
This is not even the denouement of our story. I'm trying to think of any.
I always tried to be subtle about my knowledge, but I wasn't.
Yes,
so
now is the winter of our dice content.
yes.
What? My dice are content. I don't know about yours, Dan.
dice
All right.
content.
I
That
forget.
sounds
do
about
I,
right.
Do
Okay,
I
checks
add
out.
anything to my 1d20 roll?
Don't be
Yeah,
desultory.
it should be at
Traditionally,
the top
always.
of that at will tower. It should list what happens when you hit them with your hammer.
Oh, right. But I thought I had to roll for attack.
Yes, you guys roll
Oh.
one. It says D20 plus.
8. There we
There
go.
you go.
Thank you. Sorry, brain fart.
That is an
It's been a
11,
while.
and that is versus AC or something else.
That is verse AC. Yes.
The kobold scientist nimbly dodges out of the way.
That jerk.
How dare he?
That's what he's like.
Okay. Well,
So you moved and you attacked. Do you have a minor action you would care to try?
would I have a minor action that I care to try? That is a good question. I would like to. I would like to, since I'm sitting right here, burst 5. So burst 5 would hit everybody, right? In the party?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, it would.
Okay. Then what the heck? I'm going to cast Shield of Faith, which gives
Ooh.
everybody a +2 power bonus to AC until the end of the encounter.
Really? Wow.
Neat. Do I sparkle and glow a little bit?
Sure.
No more than usual.
Oh.
Okay, slightly more than usual.
So add
Vampire.
Hey, I am wearing my Twilight T-shirt, so there you go.
You have a
Aw.
Twilight t-shirt?
Well, actually, technically, it's a Forks
character
Washington
does.
T-shirt.
Okay.
Are you team irony or have you picked a side?
No, I really like Twilight. I have no shame about it whatsoever.
Okay.
Well, we'll work on that.
That's the way to be. Own it.
Well, gotta go.
Okay, well, I'm done. There's nothing else I can do.
All right, it is the kobold scientist's turn. So he reaches for a couple in vials that he has at hand, which he
Oh, his
uses
hands are
a
full.
minor action to mix, and then he uses a second minor action to shift here because he's a shifty kobold.
What a jerk.
And
Knew I
then
should have
he
shot those vials.
hurls a vial
Oh,
at Peter.
Hey!
It's a vile thing to do.
I guess he doesn't want a sandwich.
Incredibly vile.
Guess he
All
doesn't
right,
like the sandwich.
so let's see what happens. It smashes, and this is a burst attack.
Of course it is.
Everybody's got a +2 to AC, remember.
All right.
Let me guess. This is not going against AC.
He's gonna
and a
shift.
+1 to perception.
Actually, he's going to shift. No, he'll be here for the. Yeah, so he's going to throw a vial
Weren't his hands full of vials when we walked in?
Yeah, so
Yeah, one in
he's
each hand.
actually just using. He finished mixing that, so he's just gonna.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, that's so he doesn't even need minor action. He was in the middle of mixing that, so he's gonna use that to just, like whatever he's got in his hands. He did, maybe he's not sure what it is, but he's gonna hurl it at Peter.
That's science.
Could be great.
Wow.
Could be bad. I mean, but
Cobalt
he's,
science.
A guy walks in you don't recognize, and you got vials in your hand. Just chuck them at the guy.
you just throw him.
It's actually lemonade, so
You
it's
notice
okay.
that this kobold scientist has a lot of burn marks on his face and hands.
It's
We did smell burning flesh.
it's Dijonnaise,
have
isn't
more.
it?
All right.
One
so we'll start
Dijon
with
mustard,
Peter.
one mayonnaise. He's putting them together for that sandwich
But
shop.
of course,
They'd
Peter,
be great
this
on
is-
sandwiches.
Peter, this is versus reflex. That was an 8.
I knew it.
My reflex isn't that good, but it's better than that.
All
So,
right. It's a burst 1, so it would also take a shot at Rizwin.
Yeah,
Six.
that's,
oh my God, he's
versus
making
reflex?
Vegemite. Run!
come on. I thought it was the same thing versus everybody.
Nope, not on area attacks.
Well, then
One
I'm
attack per
F.
person. And also, I believe K is in the
blast zone, splash
in the
zone.
blast zone as a 9 versus reflex.
People in the first 6 rows are gonna get wet.
Well,
I assume that does not hit. I could not hear a response, but all right. So something happens to Rizwin. Let's find out what.
She's melting.
Oh, you are going to love this.
Oh, Rizwin.
So
I don't want to
you get hit. You get hit, and nothing seems to happen to you. In
Hooray, my
fact,
turn.
You feel that maybe your friends noticed that you sparkle a little bit.
Oh my God.
Oh, now Fless is gonna want some.
So I will tell you that unfortunately the vial he had closest at hand gives you a +1 bonus to armor class until you take an extended rest.
This
That's
is not
This
the
is
most
the danger of
terrifying
throwing what you
villain
have
I've
at
ever
hand.
Cobalt
The
science!
kobold scientist scowls furiously.
Wow.
sweet. I have a +3 to AC.
I didn't
She
read.
buffed my armor class with
Do they
science.
stack?
I didn't realize Kobold Scientist was such an oxymoron. Amazing.
So having used, since he had already mixed that, and he used a minor action to shift and a standard action to throw that, he is going to dart away into this room back here and try to get it. Having realized that did not go his way, he's going to try
You
to
can
get out of the
shift
line
as
of
a
fire.
minor action?
He can. Kobolds are shifty.
Ooh.
Shifty.
Are these full walls? Or are they half walls?
Uh,
Like lab wall? Kind
they're
of
not
thing?
cubicles.
They look like cubicles.
Undermountain cubicles. It could happen.
They block line of sight. They're probably not load bearing.
Somebody installed a floating cloud of bones in here. It's not inconceivable. Somebody might put cubicles in as well.
Where you guys want the bones?
Put them in that other room over there with the corpse.
The kobold scientist has gone.
Very
Kay,
nice
it
decoration.
is your turn.
Well, Kay is going to run into that room because she's a crazy person. And
Science!
Close with the scientist and also
With
sees those other
science!
guys.
Yeah,
And
you discover there's a bunch of other kobolds in that room.
oh hi, I'm gonna
What
call
happens,
forth the
Mr.
spirit
Cobalt
pack.
Moto? You're beautiful.
What?
Calling forth the spirit, so it's gonna hit these two guys.
Sorry, say that again.
I said, calling forth the spirit pack, which is a burst 5, and it's going to hit 1 or 2 creatures. So it's going to hit this guy
Okay.
and this guy. So first, what is this? This is versus reflex. So against the scientist, it's 15 versus reflex.
That will hit a kobold. Hold on. That will hit a kobold scientist.
Good. And the other guy is unfortunately a critical fail.
That will miss.
Everything.
That's too bad. Hey, you, shoot, Alestrin, you didn't mark the scientist. You marked the guy who's dead, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't think it impacts anything you're doing anyway.
No, well, if the target is marked by one of your allies,
Hey.
the target takes extra damage.
He doesn't mark him. He designates it.
This is
Quarry.
That's less fun. All right, well, the scientist still takes,
Well, I imagine the arrow that went through his skull left some sort of mark, but I'm not sure that counts.
What? Tell me about damage.
10 damage.
Any particular type of damage?
It is
Do
primal,
anti-kobold damage and
untyped, yeah, untyped damage.
Okay. Kobold scientist looks startled that someone would dare lay a finger on his person, but he is He's still standing.
And with my minor action, I'm gonna shift into a beast.
Terrifying.
Oh, I love it.
Whoa.
And in doing so, I get to shift 1 square.
The kobold, surprised, sort of like squints at you as you scurry away and says, "What did I ever do to you?"
What kind of a beast do you turn into? I'm just curious.
A sky bison?
Kind
No,
of
I
a
don't know.
kind of a panda.
Yeah, a giant bull type creature.
I originally thought it was a penguin.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna call you a doggy.
Okay,
Doggy.
nice.
All right. The kobold scientist yells, "Rest of you, fight him off! Come on!" And so the
Inspiring.
the rest of the kobolds kind of shrug at each other
And don't tell them about back doors.
and seem to come
Back
after
doors.
the rest of you guys. Okay, so let's see. We got a few kobolds coming here. So this one is going to scurry up through this door and try to get around on you guys and
Ooh.
flank.
Ah,
So he's gonna
Clever,
sneak
clever.
around, and he's going to javelin Melik or try or die trying one of those.
Probably die trying.
I'm not that hard to javelin.
8 versus AC.
Heard that about you.
I'm much harder to javelin than that, though.
Excellent.
Dan has rolled a lot of numbers that are lower than 5.
Yep,
I'm
that's my
gonna
specialty.
advice for other dungeon masters out there: be better than Dan.
Yeah.
Also, a little strategy tip for these kobolds: you can throw javelins.
What?
Then you don't have them anymore.
Oh, kobolds.
All right. This guy's gonna flank around here, and he's gonna try to stab at Kay.
But she skittered away.
Also
She's
an
skittering.
8. This guy's
Dan,
doing
Dan,
great.
you know that's actually generating a random number.
Nope.
I
I'm
love the
just,
fact
I'm
that
just,
it
I'm just clicking 2.
Evil noise every time you have a low roll, so just sort of adds punctuation.
You know, Dan, for someone who's played D&D as long as you're pretty bad at generating random numbers.
Definitely true.
Oh, hey, I
Um,
forgot something, by the way, about the spirit pack thing. The scientist is knocked prone.
Oh,
Okay. I will make a note of that.
can you redo his dialogue, Dan, but from on the floor in outrage?
Why am I on the floor? I'm outraged.
Perfect.
Sounds about right.
So he's prone on the floor, which means we've got a couple other. Let's see who else is left here. This guy is going to run over here and throw a javelin at Rizwin.
Thanks for the tip, Melik.
21 versus AC, since apparently we can only hit the cleric.
Yep. You hit me.
4 damage.
Aw.
And then this one runs up in front of his friend and takes a swing at Kay.
He is flanking, I believe.
Indeed. So combat advantage. That's an 11 versus AC.
Nope.
All right. That is the kobold tunneler's turn. Now we're on to Flessa.
Well, there's a guy in my boss's face. I don't like that. So I will be tossing a sly flourish at him.
All right. So you slyly flourish. That's a 28, which is pretty good. So which guy are we targeting? This guy here or the guy
No,
up
no, no,
there?
the guy
Sorry,
that's
at the top. Yeah. So the dagger
Yeah.
catches him in the face.
Oh, and he's
Yes.
dead.
Using a
Doesn't even know what
unconventional
hit him.
tactic of rolling much better than the dungeon master. Let's see how it works.
Tony's in charge of the next encounter. That's all you need to know. All right, so that was Life Flourish. Do you have a move or a minor you would like to do?
Let's see. Rizwin is in there. So yeah, I think I will. Now that this guy's well, nope. You know what? I'm going to stay put here because there could be another guy coming from that direction for all I know. So I will hang out unless Melik tells me to go someplace else.
All right. Peter's turn.
All right, I am going to charge this dude and attack him with my Ardent Strike.
Go for it.
That's a critical hit.
Wow.
Sweet.
You cleave him in half.
All right,
So ardent.
nice.
Good job.
I like that.
He has literally never been deader.
All right. Well, then, with that, I think there's something else cool that I can do. Is there something else?
Sadly, you did charge, so that is the last thing that you
Oh, that's
can
the last
do.
thing I can do. All right. Well, then I just, as a free action, I go, yeah! And then that's it.
All
I'm
right.
going to work on your victory cries.
Pump my
man.
fist. Well, he's new at this, okay? He's really
You
excited.
missed that class in Paladin School?
He missed many classes in Paladin School.
All right. Alestrin.
All right, I'm going to stride confidently into the room.
Well,
Until
now,
such a
sure.
point- until such a point at which I can see that there are 2 kobolds in range, which is probably here. And since that's on top of another character,
Well, you're right. You're rubbing elbows there.
I'm gonna squeeze into the corner on top of this corpse. Can I still see this guy and this guy from this vantage? Where's the other guy?
Yeah, you got views on both those guys.
All right, and I'm going to fire off a twin strike.
Yes.
Whereupon I fire 2 arrows at once. This is so awesome. You guys are going to be blown away.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the first one's a 10.
That is going to go wide of a kobold.
Ooh.
If it was a really fat kobold, it would have hit, but he's skinny.
And then, let's see. I'm going to use my elven accuracy at this point and reattempt that shot.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Go for it. What do you got?
And that's a 21.
Yeah, that nails a kobold. Which one was that guy?
That was this guy on the right.
he was heavier
Okay.
than we thought.
And now for my second shot, which is really my third shot. And that is a 15.
That, I believe, will also hit a kobold. In deadening him,
Ah,
Excellent.
is what we
So-
say. Oh, Lestrin, could you make a perception roll for me?
I certainly could. If I could type. Just verify. Yeah.
Oh, that's excellent.
20.
That's excellent. You do notice some motion behind those kobolds, and you seem to think that there are perhaps a couple other kobolds scurrying around back there.
You guys, there might be some more kobolds in here.
Oh.
Besides the many that I have slain already.
Oh, we can take care of them.
All right. Melik, we're around to you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to investigate this door that somebody ran out of to attack me. Or
It does lead you into the laboratory.
6.
And around the corner, you see a pair of kobolds.
Can I see this jerk of a kobold?
Oh, you can totally see that jerk of a kobold.
Magic missile.
Zips up.
That kobold was looking over towards Alestrin and seemed very excited about the possibility of maybe taking him on someday, perhaps in another life.
Do all magic missiles do zip zop, or is that just in Dark Zone?
There
the
are
way
there are trademark issues.
Yeah. Sorry. Merchandising rights.
His go piz paws.
Zop zip. All right, Melik, anything else from you?
No, it seemed fine.
All right, Rizwin.
Yes.
I start moving kobold
I-
corpses
I-
off the map.
I would like to do smashy smash on this jerk. Well, I guess he was kind of nice because he gave me extra AC. I'm gonna.
He didn't look like he meant to.
Can you tell me which square are you coming to?
I was coming to, so I was right here, and I was
Okay.
gonna come right here.
All right, once you hit this square up there, he is going to get an opportunity attack on you.
Oh, he
You
will.
are passing because that's adjacent to him, as is the square you.
Oh, then I will just go to Jason.
That is an excellent choice. I would
Okay.
say given the record that you have with this scientist, I would almost say that you could, like, his kobold buddy is flanking him with you because that's just the kind of day he's having. But that I'm not going to let you have that.
Okay.
His
well,
kobold friend has not turned on him yet. There's still time.
Okay. Well, I'm going
Make
to
him an offer.
do. Wait, make what?
I'm just kidding.
Can I make him an offer with my hammer?
Yeah, I was gonna say you make this guy over here an offer to team up with you, and like then you guys can flank his boss.
Nah, I can just tap him with my hammer and he'll go
You
down.
can also go for that.
So there's my. I rolled a 20 to hit him.
That is gonna hit him.
Excellent. Let's see. 2d6, I think it is. So because I'm doing this with Son Lindner's hammer. Whatever.
That guy's
Yeah.
hammer.
That guy's hammer.
Hey,
Solely's
can I
hammer.
make a suggestion, Rizwin? Get your own hammer.
Yes.
Why not call it Rizwin's hammer? This guy's not going to
And
know.
I do 12 damage.
All right.
It's not his anymore, technically.
He is bloodied. He was also on the ground instantly, so technically you had combat advantage. You didn't really have a problem hitting him.
Nope.
He looks unbuzzy and he sort of squeals as you hit him. It's like, ow! What? Why did you come barging into my lab?
Because we're
You're
adventuring.
murderers! You're murderers! You murdered
You
all of
attacked
my
us
friends.
first.
You came barging into my lab. I was just working.
Technically,
You attack everybody you barge in on?
technically,
I
Alestrin
didn't
shot
barge
a
in,
guy.
you
before
barged
anything happened.
Like my hand
You
slipped.
barge into
I
us.
just want to establish, like,
You know what? The air
chain
down
of
here,
events
it's weirdly
here.
humid. Things like slingshots and bows tend to slip without anybody even
I'm
trying.
just saying, like, you guys murdered a lot of people before they got to do anything. Just for the record.
They were going to attack us. I'm pretty sure I heard him say,
I mean, it's your word against theirs, but they're all dead.
Peter, can you consult your instant kill
So we
list
win.
and verify that kobolds are on there?
I just don't like them. They smell they smell bad, but I don't have
Oh,
anything.
wow.
Especially after we've murdered them.
I haven't checked Paladinpedia recently.
Dragon Forge, racist paladin. It's your new theme song.
He has a theme song.
It's not complimentary.
Yeah. I don't
Rizwin,
know if you're saying that I'm racist against bugbears and kobolds. I think that might win me an election upstairs.
That is true.
Wow.
Paladins have racial enemies? I know Rangers do.
This
They
guy
do
does
now, yeah.
Yeah.
Rizwin, were you finished?
This is a game we create together with Jason's racist imagination.
I mean, I'm pretty certain.
You should see the soft shoe number he does in kobold
I'm
face. It's
done.
really
Oh
offensive.
man.
All right. So all set.
Yep.
All right. The scientist uses his move action to
Run
get
away.
up.
I
And
really want him to
then-
run around the corner there and run smack into Melik and go, whoa!
Wow, wow. And so he's going to get up, and then he is going to shift here. He does not have unfortunately, another vial handy immediately.
Unfortunately for us, you mean.
Fortunately, well, I mean, yeah, because no more AC bonuses for free.
No.
But he will still try to hurl something at you guys.
A book, a chair.
Yeah,
No, no
whatever
books.
is handy.
Nope. Don't throw the books.
He's just going to grab he's got some of those pots, like those slingers you met before. He's going to try to
Oh,
roll
no,
that.
Another
Stinky
pothead.
You. So
I knew I smelled something in here.
this one is going to go at Rizwin since she's been wailing on him with her
Hey,
manner.
he wailed on me.
Not
I guess
technically
you guys deserve each other.
He made you
Coincidentally,
sparkly.
they are listening to the kobold equivalent of Bob Marley and the Wailers in here.
Here we go.
the kobold equivalent of Bob Marley and the Wailers is
Yeah, that
just
hits.
Bob Marley.
All right.
I'm pretty sure it is.
See, I thought you were going to say it's
22
just
versus
wailing.
I actually, sadly, only have a 20 with all my bonuses.
What?
so-
Oh, even with the nice
with the bonuses.
bonus that he gave you.
Yeah.
All right. So you get hit with a pot.
Ow!
Speaking of Bob Marley.
It is filled with glue.
Oh.
I don't do drugs. No pot.
Just you're smelling glue
glue
now.
Yeah.
Ah.
So
You're sniffing glue now.
you take some damage, as you
This is
see there.
terrible.
8 damage, and you are immobilized.
Great.
Oh.
You're stuck to the ground.
Where are you going? Nowhere. That is the kobold scientist's turn. Now it is Kay's turn.
Hooray! All right, where are you, kobold scientist? Rawr. There we go. Rawr.
So Kay charges into the room like a large bison.
Sky bison.
A fuzzy sky
Buddy.
bison.
Did we know she turned into sky bisons?
Yeah, we've been adventuring together a while.
Okay.
Maybe you didn't remember Malik. Every time it happens, it's like a surprise to you.
He's around the corner. You can't even see.
Rawr. Rawr, which is
Do you do some-
grasping claws.
All right. Grasping claws on the kobold scientist. He just wants to do science.
Wow.
Anybody who's
And
just
the
listening to
requisite
this has no
So the
idea why we're laughing.
poor-
so
Applying for
Poor
grant funding
little-
required
Alright,
to do
Let's see
science.
if I can roll while holding Sky Bison. 18 versus
All right.
reflex.
So the poor little kobold is sitting there, and all of a sudden, this gigantic sky bison like leaps on him, and the kobold just goes, "Ah!" and then is crushed to death.
I mean, I didn't say I wanted to kill him.
Unconsciousness.
You didn't say you didn't want to kill him.
I didn't know if I hit yet.
Sorry, was that non-lethal sky bison
That was
damage?
non-lethal Sky Bison damage.
He passes out in terror.
He is not feeling good.
Now you're covered in kobold pee.
I mean, as is everything else in this laboratory.
Fair.
See, I told
Moving
you I
on.
wasn't certified.
Well, that's what the smell is.
All right.
Well, Kay's job is done, so she poofs back into herself and
Save the arms.
All
backs
right.
away.
Have you? Okay, you finished. There's
I just flew in from Sky Bison land, and boy, are my arms tired.
one kobold left. He very slowly
Dedication,
and
guys.
very deliberately puts his javelin on the ground,
Oh, bad idea.
and then just kind of like puts up his little kobold hands.
So,
Kobold,
so the
kobold hands.
scientist is dead.
Aw. No,
No, the scientist is unconscious and
Oh,
unhappy.
okay.
And soaked in pee.
All right.
Okay.
And I will say we're out of combat.
Yay.
Hooray.
Well,
But
what do
I'm
we do with these
I'm
guys if
still
we don't kill them?
immobilized, right?
You can now. I mean, you now, since you're out of combat, you have time to sort of unstick yourself.
All right, well, I'm coming in the room. I'm looking for shiny things.
Let's do
I'm
some
gonna go-
science.
Yeah, let's.
I'm gonna go and investigate the kobold and make sure he's not dead.
He is looking a little worse for wear. There's definitely some sky bison claw marks or paw marks, whatever you want to say.
Do we need to stabilize him if we intend to wake him up and question him?
I
It might
will-
be. It might be nice.
I'm gonna stabilize him and
That's
also
nice.
tie,
Really, isn't your
tie
mo?
his
But
hands together.
We're not
Nice.
unnice. We have nice qualities.
all right. Could
We're
you roll a
sometimes
heal
nice,
check?
Sometimes.
Rizwin easily stabilizes and trusses up the kobold scientist, who starts sort of groggily moaning. It seems like he might come around in a moment or so. What about this other kobold fella here? What do you do with him?
Somebody tie him up. I'm gonna go heal myself.
He sees someone approaching with rope and offers to tie himself up.
You're so kind.
God, they're so
like
friendly
this
in this dungeon.
Kobolds are much nicer than bugbears.
Yeah, it's too bad you killed all of them.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna spend another healing surge and heal myself. So
cleric, heal thyself.
Heal thyself. Yeah.
I will. How much is a healing surge again?
It's on your sheet below your hit points.
And plus, I think I'm gonna cast this fancy schmancy healing thing.
So the kobold scientist starts to come around, and he looks up at you, and he's kind of like squinting. His eyes are a little bit unfocused still, and he's like, "Wow, I'm not dead.
Not yet.
Oh, you are.
Or,
right.
or I am dead, and this is really terrible hell."
Wait, the place you lived and worked is a really terrible hell? That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
I just thought you guys would go away.
Well,
I mean,
we will eventually.
we just
don't
want
wanna stay here.
answers.
So what are you guys doing in here?
Here's what answer is: you beat the hell out of me.
You
That
were
should
attacking
include-
You
us.
didn't even ask me any questions.
We
Okay,
talked
well,
about
ask me now.
sandwiches.
More questions now.
That
You
So-
told your minions to attack.
you barged into my laboratory. We're doing this again.
Yeah, remember how it ended last
Let's
time?
just say the
Who's on
victors
first?
write the history,
Ta-
and we won. So shh.
Okay, listen, scientist. Tell us what you were doing in here. What's your? You're working for
Scientist?
Czar.
My name is not scientist.
What's your
My
name?
is
That's your
Hapdash,
occupation.
And I am a kobold scientist. And thank you very much. I did not spend 6 years at Kobold Science College, which is a thing that does not exist. But if it
Wow.
had exist, I would have spent 6 years there.
You guys have
to
a
get my
much
kobold
longer
science
lifespan than I thought.
Don't insult the creatures of nature.
Are you working for Czar?
Go ahead and insult them.
Melik, it might occur to you that all the other kobold minions were just doing this for college credit.
Okay. So they're really more interns than minions.
I mean, Czar. Yeah. Czar calls the shots now. I mean, he's kind of like the biggest guy around, basically. So I guess I work for him.
So what are you
What
doing
does
in
he
here?
have you guys doing in here?
Science.
What
What
kind
kind
of
of
science?
Can you make me sparkle?
You probably wouldn't understand.
Dark science?
Very complicated. It's very
Alright.
complicated.
Try us.
I make things that explode.
But
I
you made
get that.
but you made Rizwan sparkle.
That was an accident. Look,
That
there's a
was
lot of
awful.
complicated chemical mixing involved. It's very delicate work.
You don't know how to cure plagues, do you?
I don't know anything about plagues. I mainly am interested in things that, say, explode or smell really bad.
You're doing a heck of a job.
How are you
Yeah,
on
thanks.
bone clouds?
I think it was a mistake to let him live.
I don't even know what a bone cloud is.
Just wait. Do you have a stockpile of exploding things that we could take?
No, I was in the middle of mixing them and someone barged into my laboratory.
You hadn't made any of them?
I mean, I made one and then I threw it at you. How'd that go?
It didn't explode
Pretty
and it
well,
made somebody
actually.
sparkle, so it didn't go
Well,
well
I'm
for
not
you.
feeling very good. Thanks for rubbing it in.
I'm enjoying the sparkling. I'm
I'm jealous.
gonna look around the lab to see if there's anything, maybe notes or interesting to read. I don't know.
There are some notes, but they're written in kind of strange
Crayon.
kobold, half script, not quite a language, not quite a code, but like, yeah, chicken scratches.
Okay.
Nothing too intelligible. It seems like you would probably need to be a kobold to really get anything out of it, and even then, it might be kind of inexact.
Well, what if I'm a brilliant wizard with intelligence of 20? Can I make something out of it?
You are possibly too smart for this kobold, right?
That happens to me all the time.
I bet it does.
So wait, what did the kobold say his name was?
His name is Hapdash.
Hapdash.
Hapdash. Hapdash.
Dr. Hapdash.
Sorry,
Don't push it.
Doctor Hapdash.
From the non-existent kobold school.
Yeah.
Do
No one
you
can say I'm not a doctor.
do you happen to make things that don't necessarily explode and maybe heal people?
I'm not really a cleric. I guess that's what you would call that kind of person. I'm more of a, what's the opposite of a cleric? I'm more like that.
A murderer?
An anti-cleric?
I'm not the murderer here. Again,
A scientist.
I tried.
to the evidence of the number of dead men, number of my dead friends versus the number of your dead friends.
Well,
Just because
arguably,
I didn't murder
does
anybody.
Not make you a non-murderer, my friend.
arguably you murdered them when you told them to attack us.
Arguably,
Yes, I'm arguing it.
That is an argument.
Look, I took some debate and philosophy when I was at the fictional Kobold College.
Oh, you
Let
did
me tell you,
not.
Your
I
argument
would
is
like to-
speechless, my friend.
I would like to know way more about the classes you took in
Oh,
argument.
I would be delighted to tell you. So first semester, I totally
Oh
studied.
boy. I
As
may
an-
just kill him.
I think we need to kill him now.
All right, I'm going to fire an arrow at the orb.
My orb?
That seems unnecessarily threatening.
as an aside,
It's not going to break. I just thought it'd be fun.
No.
For everybody that we did kill, I have to say the name of the podcast is Total Party Kill. It doesn't say which party.
Ah,
So
This was not a party, especially after you killed them.
total scientist laboratory kill.
scientists can have parties too.
Scientist massacre.
Oh, believe
So-
me, scientists have serious parties.
So what else should we do in here? I mean, do you want to ask him any more questions? He doesn't seem to know a
Yeah,
lot.
what's behind that door back there?
What I mean, you've mainly asked him about what he does. You haven't asked him very much about other things.
Do you know where Czar is?
Of course, I know where Czar is. I mean, I work for Czar.
Okay, tell
So
me
where is he?
Well, yeah, like maybe we can make a deal because I see what you did to all my friends there, and I don't really want that to happen to me. So, if you want to talk to Czar, that's fine. But I would like to go in the other direction.
You could
Not
go start
talking is
a
hard,
sandwich shop with our bugbear friend Smurgle.
Smurgle.
Bugbears, foul creatures.
Did you take sandwich making in
Would you
Cobalt
let
College?
a bugbear make you a sandwich? That is your first mistake.
That is not my first mistake.
You're right. That is that
He's made plenty of mistakes before that.
is your
believe me.
17th mistake. Yeah, Czar. He's he lives downstairs.
Where is downstairs?
At the bottom of the stairs.
How do we get down
Where
there?
are the sta-
Well, there's this door. I would recommend that, and then I would recommend following the stairs.
Do you happen to have like a map of the area, maybe for say new interns? I mean minions.
I mean, they're dumb, but they're not that dumb.
Can you draw us a map? Do you have drawing skills as part of your fictional college experience?
Well, my hands are tied, so it's not gonna be a very good map.
I mean,
That's
we'll
okay.
take
And again,
shakiness.
let's discuss once again what Dr. Science Professor Kobold Hapdash gets out of this.
You don't die.
Is that can I
I
have
don't
that
bring
in
my
some
friend
sort of
back.
writing?
If you make
you
us a
read?
map, I think we can probably manage that.
He seems to be thinking about this.
Wait. Can you mix us up something that explodes before you go?
Maybe. I mean, it's very precise work. It would take a little time.
How much time?
Nah, sounds boring.
You have anything mixed up already, or
Science
was
is
that the first
boring.
thing you've done today?
I mean, I don't get me wrong. I really like mixing things. I would need my notebook over there. It's full of all my very important recipes.
Oh, you mean this one? I hold
Yeah,
up the one with all the.
That one. It's secret, top secret, very important.
Maybe we take that.
I don't trust him.
Leave him here.
I'm gonna take another look through.
I
the
trust him.
notes
He's a
just to see
scientist.
If there's anything I can read.
I mean, there's still not much you can read. However, some of the recipes do seem to have these very crude drawings, like stick figures of kobolds, and then flames, and then really happy kobolds dancing.
Okay, what's this? What's this
I
happy
have that
kobold-
page, please. That sounds perfect.
What's this happy kobold dancing one?
That's the one. So it's basically a bunch of kobolds. They've there's a little vial and a dotted line, and it shows a bunch of other guys who look
Is it
larger
beer?
than the kobolds, and then they're it's almost like a comic strip. There's a third
See,
panel
this
where
is-
there's flames.
this is
and
perfect
the
for
kobolds are all
Flessa.
really happy about that.
I see. So it's a recipe for beer.
Yes, flaming beer.
Great.
All right, make us some of that.
No, I don't want to wait. Boring.
All right,
If we
boring.
wanted flaming beer, we would have stayed in the bar on ground.
Hey, kobold scientist dude, Doctor Kobold scientist dude.
Thank you.
Dash.
Thank
Mr.
you.
MD.
What
Thank you.
slapdash? What's in behind this
Hey,
door?
Doctor.
Hapdash, how hard is that?
What's in the door behind you there?
Behind me, there's a door. It goes through.
I know there's a door.
There's some stairs.
Is
They'll
that the
take you
stairs to
down.
Czar?
I don't see any other stairs around here.
What else is
Are
out in
they-
that hallway? Is there anything else good out in that hallway?
I don't know what's out there right now. Sometimes there might be other people there. There might not be.
No, they're
I
not
don't
there
know.
now. We
I
killed
don't
them
really
all.
go downstairs that much.
I know.
Hard for you.
Because that's where Czar lives. And don't get me wrong. I work for the guy. He seems okay, but he's a little unpredictable, and I don't really like to hang out with him too much.
Yes.
Hey, since you no
sad.
longer work here,
I mean, he's got a
is there
dragon.
anything of value in this room?
Wait,
you'd,
Czar has a dragon?
Oh yeah,
Tell us more about the dragon.
it's
Oh, the
pretty
Drake,
big.
yeah.
What?
I
name's
don't know.
Drake?
I don't know what a drake is, but it's I don't know.
How-
It's a dragon.
how big is he?
It's got claws. Looks like a dragon.
How big is he?
Oh, he's pretty big.
What color is he?
I did not stay and look at the scary dragon that long. I
Dark
decided I wanted to
light.
be out of there.
Okay.
I mean, he's bigger than me, and if he's bigger than me, that's pretty scary. And I'm looking at you guys. I'm gonna say he's bigger than you guys.
All
Okay.
of us put together?
Like on each other's shoulders.
Good. I did not have time to stack him up.
Okay. Good
I'm
to
just
know.
saying, Czar, he's a tough guy. I mean, we used to have the kobolds. We used to have things pretty good, and then Czar came in, and he just sort of, killed a bunch of the kobolds, especially the ones in charge. Yeah, that did not go well. Just saying. Just saying. But I got this nice lab, which was great.
So, is there anything of value here in the lab that you might like to point us to, seeing as you don't need it anymore?
I mean, it's still my lab, kind of.
Well,
Right?
You probably
You're
don't want to
leaving,
stay
right?
there.
Well, I guess I could leave. I thought I might take some things with me. I mean, it's mostly just ingredients. I mean,
Ingredients can be useful. What do you got? And like newt eye and stuff like that?
Like cinnamon?
hey, I've spent a really long time collecting these ingredients. Okay, they don't just fall into your lap from adventurers that you've murdered.
I am running
Mostly,
dangerously
mostly.
low on graham crackers.
That is how we get our ingredients.
Yeah, I noticed your murdering tendencies.
You say that, but you're awfully flippant when talking to me.
That's a smart point. That's smart. I mean, they don't
I
call
don't know
me
what
Dr.
flippant means,
Science
but good
Professor
job, boss.
Kobold Half-Dash for nothing.
It's like when you do a flip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can do that. I do a flip.
You have to roll acrobatics for flippancy.
Look. If you let me go,
Don't be flipping.
if you let me go, I will make you a super special, awesome vial of magical, patented Hapdash Kobold flames. I'm still working on the name.
That
I'm
sounds
still
good.
workshopping.
It's kind
That sounds good. Let's do that.
Hey guys. I'm sort of saying this to the group and away from Hapdash. I don't know if I trust anything that he mixes up.
Hold on. He's rolling perception to see if he heard you. Nope. He looks over at you guys and gives you a thumbs up.
I give him a thumbs up back.
I think we should have him make us something.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
All right. Are you willing to cut his hands loose so he can go over and work at his little table?
Yeah, sure.
Sure, what the heck?
All right.
I'm
I'd
gonna use
also-
my minor action and poof into Sky Bison form and be like, I'm watching you.
That is the single creepiest thing that I say this as someone who is not playing a character right now, have seen today.
I would also like to talk to the intern for a second.
Yeah.
The non-scientist
Sure.
kobold
Yeah.
in the room.
Please. What would you like to say to the intern?
Oh,
Nothing.
Back.
nope. And
There we
we're
go.
hey.
The intern
that
is
was
very
quick
impressed
there.
by your stare. Not saying anything.
So intern,
Intern froze time.
how's it going?
Wow.
I've had better days.
How is it working for Slapdash here?
Hapdash.
I think his name is Hapdash.
Yes.
Hapdan, Jason.
He says it.
Hapdan.
He says it a lot.
How is
Hapdance?
Hapdash? Is he? Should we trust him? Is he any good at what he
Batdance?
does?
I think so. I'm just an intern.
How'd you get this job? Are you at the made up university?
Kobold
I was not.
nepotism.
What would you say are your strengths as a scientist?
I'm not a scientist per se, but I feel like if I work really hard, I might be a scientist. Also, a lot of the guys I was in competition with just got murdered. So
Could you
my
describe a
chances are
time?
looking good.
Could you describe a time
You're
when
welcome.
you were working and people busted in the room and killed everyone?
What would you say is your greatest weakness as a worker?
Low armor
I
class.
feel that I have no weaknesses, but my reflex is pretty good.
If a goblin took your sandwich out of the refrigerator in the break room, how would you deal with that situation?
I would probably tell other kobolds because most goblins are a lot bigger than me. Yeah, I tell other kobolds. We get them. Yeah. But things are kind of okay between the goblins and the kobolds right now because of the whole Czar situation.
Why is that?
Well, he's got us working together.
On
You
what?
realize this is the plot of the Warriors right here.
What do
He's
you,
gonna, like,
If we kill this
take
Czar
everything
guy, we're
over.
going to have to run back through all of this Undermountain area while being chased by thousands of rival gangs.
what are you guys working on?
Come out and
Well, I'm just doing science. So,
What kind of
like, you know, Bazaar is going to, like, take over all of Undermountain. And we'll be part of that. He is a dragon.
Do you know how big the dragon is?
I hear it's really big.
Have you seen him?
I've heard it. I haven't seen it. But other people have seen it, and they assure me that it is big and scary.
Sounds good. I was promised Dungeons and/or Dragons, and we're in the dungeon, and there may be a dragon. So this is awesome.
Named
Really
Drake.
more of a laboratory.
yeah.
So
Sure.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm starting to get Risman's starting to get a little sleepy. What time of day is it?
I am low on healing surges. I will.
That's
I will say
kind
that.
of what I was implying. Yeah.
Well, let's see. You've been through a few encounters today.
Who knows how long we spent at the yawning portal before we even came down here?
About 45
couple
minutes.
hours.
It makes me yawn just thinking about it.
It's been a really long day.
It was a long day at the yawning portal.
Well, I mean, you can certainly you've definitely taken a short rest, but you know, you may still you could consider taking a extended rest You haven't done a ton of encounters. I know you've definitely taken some damage in them, but you're going to need to think very hard about the sort of tactical trade-offs of taking an extended rest versus possibly getting set upon by more kobolds or goblins or bugbears or what have you. Because you haven't really found a great place to sort of secure yourselves where you feel
There's
like
the bone room. There's only one door in there, right?
Yeah, that sounds really safe.
Yeah,
Really
because I'll
weird.
sleep
the
real
room
well.
the room that you fled because you were too scared of it.
Plus, I bet you if we turn off the torches in there, that bone thing will glow. It'll be awesome.
Ooh, okay, I'm in now.
Really, we're barely into this dungeon. We could just go back upstairs.
We got another body we could throw into the bucket. That's a good excuse, right?
That's right.
And when we go upstairs, I get like 55 gold pieces.
Oh, good point. Yeah, you never said you couldn't just get right back in the bucket and come back up.
Yeah.
There's got to
It
be
may
some
be
sort of time
implied.
limit.
Yeah, you might have to fight a little bit in order to actually reclaim that money. Yeah, I think he has a vested interest in holding on to it.
So,
I will tell you, since you guys mentioned encounters, we're going to give you 300 experience points as a group, which is divided by 650, for defeating the kobolds in the laboratory. And we're going to give you some other XP for exploring the various chambers of Undermountain, even though you didn't necessarily kill anything. But we like to give you XP for stuff that's not
You
just...
looked at some bones that
One of us
worth
shot
something.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, Western shot it.
Yeah, I did. Can I get one
Quite
extra for
handily.
that?
So you got, yes.
One extra.
Alestra has one extra.
I got more than you
keeping
guys.
note of it. Yeah. So you have about 380 experience points to
381.
total each. You have about 870 to go.
Or 869.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
So you have
has-
ways to go.
Has
So
our
I think, as Dan was suggesting, deciding what to do is somewhat of a tactical decision, because if you were to leave the dungeon, it's possible that things would happen while you're gone. It's also possible if you tried to go somewhere, you may or may not be interrupted in your slumber. But that might be a good decision to make as a group before we conclude.
does
today's
this
adventure.
room have can we block the doors in some way?
It
There's
does
a
have
lot
some
of doors.
Are there locks?
Yeah, I would say the doors are unlocked but lockable. If you had some kind of rogue, they would probably be able to lock them without having the key.
Hey,
And you
Hapdash.
can also probably push stuff against doors as needed. Also, perhaps there is a key to be found.
Hey, Hapdash.
He's in the middle of mixing two things very carefully. What?
No, don't worry about it. Hey, intern.
Hey!
Can we? Do you guys ever I don't know, nap in here and don't really want people to run into you, so you lock the doors? Maybe.
No, we work all the time.
Do you ever sleep?
Wow, you guys get naps?
Do you sleep?
Are you?
Is it something?
Can I
I mean,
leave
it kind of
my
explains
resume here?
Why they're minions, right? If
Yeah,
they
sure.
can't sleep.
Well, we take resumes.
We could use a
He
torch
has a
bearer.
resume. It's in comic
When you
sans.
guys say that you take resumes, you mean yeah, thanks, take it.
Yep.
I
It's
mean,
good
it
podcasting,
depends.
Dan.
I need to see the resume. Dungeon Masters, I would like a resume.
Okay. It appears to be written in Draconic. Do any of you speak Draconic?
I probably do.
When she says she takes resumes,
I believe
she
we've
means,
already
give her
determined
your
None of
resume.
you do. Oh, well, I'm not sure.
All right.
It may be written in something slightly less than Draconic.
Yeah.
Can
Gotta
we-
say.
Okay, Draconic pinch me.
Do you happen to have keys to the doors? Or know
They
where
don't
are?
trust me with keys. That sounds like more like something Czar would have.
Problems.
No.
Nice talking
Is
to
there
you.
a good place to take a nap or a sleep or rest or whatever beyond
We have
these
bunk
doors
rooms
anywhere?
downstairs.
You have bunk beds downstairs?
Well, bunk rooms. Some of them are bunk beds, but it's just a bunk room.
Bunk beds are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like bunk beds.
bed.
Dibs on the top.
The goblins always take the bunk beds.
Well, we can probably take care of them.
If a goblin takes your bunk bed,
I'll be sad. I've never even had a bunk bed for a goblin to take. They already have them.
Well, that's very sad.
I vote
No.
God, there are a lot of depressing creatures in this dungeon.
no, seriously.
Well, is he
There's
done?
a subtle over from where Hapdash is working. There's a subtle.
Did he vanish?
He no longer has eyebrows.
Did he have eyebrows
Don't worry, everything's
before?
fine. Don't worry, that's normal. We expect.
So I no longer think he's going to create something that will trap us in some way,
That seems pretty unlikely.
but I don't have a lot of confidence in his abilities.
That also seems pretty
Yeah.
likely.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. So I was actually wondering who votes. I think we should take a vote to see if we wanted to pull up in this room and regenerate our healing surges.
How badly unhealing surged are you?
I have 2 left, so I can probably handle one more encounter.
I also have 2 left.
I have 6 left and have the ability to grant surges to others.
That's good. I am, I think, almost at full myself.
Oh, okay. So
How many surges can you grant? I mean, is that just an unlimited thing for you,
I
Paladin?
believe
man?
it's limited to a certain number of times per day, based
All
on
right.
one of your modifiers.
Based on my
So in
wisdom
theory, we could get through another
modifier.
encounter.
Your wisdom modifier
twice-
is 2,
So twice,
so
per,
twice
day.
per day.
hey, intern.
Hey.
Do you know what time it is by any chance?
Is this a riddle?
It's work time. They usually tell me what time it is.
He doesn't have his watch on.
What time is it?
Time to invent the watch.
I don't know if
hammer
you knew if it's
time.
like time
Drink a
for-
clock.
That's good scientist humor there, Dan. Nice
Do you guys
job.
get coffee breaks or something?
What's coffee? That
It's
sounds
gross.
great.
You don't want it.
Oh, we get work time and then we get sleep time, and sometimes there's eat time between, but not always.
Thanks for your resume.
We'll
Take
get
it
back
under
to you.
consideration.
And yes, we really appreciate it.
I'm currently top of my class.
I think we need to.
Lots of fun.
I think we need to get the either get the potion or just decide we're not going to get the potion and head down and open these doors and head downstairs.
Hapdash seems to have
Okay, sounds good to
concluded
me.
Yeah.
mixing a vial.
You
And
guys
he,
just might want to stay towards the back in our
yeah,
next.
he looks over you guys and sort of like lifts it. He's like, here you go. I made this. It should blow up pretty good.
Should we just throw it and see what it does?
Throw it
That's
at
all
him.
I got.
I'll take it.
All right,
Melik
Melik's got it.
Careful with that.
A vial.
I would like to point out that before we move on, I do pick up the dagger I threw earlier.
Excellent.
Good.
Excellent.
Bit of
Unless-
attention to detail.
All right, so-
Lester, it picks up most of his arrows except for one that snaps.
Shall
in
we
half.
let these guys go?
I did
there's
retrieve
nothing-
the one from the skull that disappeared.
If there's nothing more of value in this room, it's just all sorts of kobold scientific nonsense. Maybe we should let them run away to find their bugbear compatriot
Buddy.
and move down the open those doors and move downstairs.
Sounds
You
good.
considered the sandwich sciences as a future career.
We did not have that major at my school.
I'm
Sounds like Bugbear University talk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna untie the
I would have
intern.
loved to go to
Bugbear,
Bug
you.
U, but
Now,
you know,
does Paladin
kobolds.
University ever send a team against Bugbear University? You guys play Quidditch?
What
We don't we're not in the same division as the bugbears. They're in the chaotic evil conference and we are in the lawful good
The
conference, so
evil
we don't.
8 versus
That'd
the
be the
Yeah.
Big Ten.
Yeah. So the Rose Bowl. Yes, we might
Sports-
face
sports
them in the
jokes.
Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Tony loves
Tony's
these.
favorite. So anyway, let's talk about baseball, Tony.
Oh man,
What do you think of baseball, intern?
I don't know if he's paying attention.
Okay, should we let those guys go and tell them not to come back and run as fast as they can?
Yeah.
All
let's
right.
do that.
You guys beat it. We're gonna open these doors.
I untied the intern so he can get out.
Hey,
If we see you again and you look like you're going to kill us, we'll probably do something mean.
But if you offer us sandwiches, we might be nice.
and we already turned off the statues, so don't use the power word.
And if the sandwiches explode, we'll be really angry.
Yep.
So, are you guys going this
I
way?
would
He
go-
goes to go toward the door,
Which door?
the one that goes to the south.
Yeah, that's
no,
where we're
yeah,
going.
We're gonna go that way.
Oh, awkward. We'll go this other way.
Good.
Hey,
goes north.
guys, if you want to get out of this business, you know that hallway with all the statues in it?
Yeah.
Well, there's a passage just off it, and there's a bucket. To get in that bucket, you can go up to this thing called the surface. Now, there's a big sun up there. People will probably be pretty unhappy to see you.
Yeah.
But you could probably get out.
You may be killed in the portal, but maybe not.
I'll think about it.
I'm just
I mean,
saying.
There is a lot of other Undermountain, says Hapdash.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's always another level.
Yeah.
We'll just
Sure.
move.
Words of wisdom.
All right. See ya.
They slink away.
Science.
Bye, science guys.
Bye. Science guys.
Science.
All right.
All right.
So we check this door, make sure it's okay, untrapped.
On that note.
Yes. And then we will. So that door seems pretty good.
All right, let's
Doesn't
open
seem
it.
like they really trap it. You pop it open, and you see beyond you still a short sort of half flight of stairs that goes downward. Let me
See
why is this
nothing
not-
of the sort.
Yeah, you see nothing. There we go. Why is this not? I can't move any of the people for some reason. This was working great a minute ago, and all of a sudden,
Performance
Oh,
anxiety.
What's
I
all
see.
those beetle parts at the bottom?
Yeah, it's a half flight of stairs with
What's
beetle
what?
parts.
The beetle parts.
That's us.
Yeah.
I call thorax.
The things at the corners.
the
Yeah.
things at the corner.
We can see
No
them.
idea.
We're down on the stairs, so we can
Yep.
see them.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ah. Oh dear.
This beetle part is Ringo.
All right.
I think I'm in purgatory.
So you see
Yeah,
some
me
stairs that
too.
go down.
Move yourselves south by 2
Yeah,
squares.
sorry, I can't. For some reason, I can't
Okay.
Give us
move
a
your
second.
All
characters.
right.
Oh my goodness, look at all this.
That's a little creepy.
All right, cease. Stop moving. All right, so there
You're
are.
not alone.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're not alone in this room. There are some guys.
Hi,
They
guys.
are
What room?
in the room that you're in right now.
Oh no!
Oh.
You can think of it as a hallway.
It looks like a hallway to me.
In a way, all hallways are rooms. They're just weird, rectangular, long rooms.
Looks more like a landing to me. It's got stairs.
Think of it more as a foyer.
A
So
foyer
it's-
into excitement. So as you,
So every hallway is a room, but not every room is a hallway.
as you step
So the
in-
passageway beyond has a short flight of stairs down. You also notice what appears to be basically a pile of vermin stacked on the ground where the hallway turns to the east. But standing shortly in front of that vermin is a pair of goblins who seem unhappy with your presence in the hallway here. What will happen next to
It's
Dragonforge
mutual.
Associate? Find out next time on this podcast you're listening to.
Done.
Good catchphrase.
Hurrah!
For some reason.
Way to leave them hanging, Tony.
That's what I do.
like most of our listeners, you have probably not yet figured out how to turn this podcast off. No,
All right,
So I think that was our plan to end it there, just in case
Yep.
that was unclear.
I got it.
Oh no, I didn't get it, but thanks.
All right, so we will meet again at a time when people are back from summer vacations and things, and hopefully in a
you'll
couple
get,
of
like,
weeks.
2 episodes out of this, Jason.
Yeah, I should be able to get 2 episodes out of this. Believe it or not,
I mean, it was at
I
least
do
2
not
hours.
believe
there could be a whole episode just going into the. We may do a comedy sketch in there about interns. And, I'll call you back up, Tony, for some extra dialogue and.
Oh boy!
ADR, man. All
Yep.
about the ADR.
Yeah, that's 2. That's 2 episodes worth, and I just posted the
Okay.
latest one on Sunday, so we've got a couple weeks worth.
Do we have 2 weeks work? Is that how that works? Math.
Yes, I think this will get us through the end of August, but no
Okay.
further.
Excellent.
Gotcha. So we should attempt to play
Sometime
before
in
the end of
September.
August.
But that's not gonna work.
Rand, when do you get back from your vacation? You're on vacation the whole last week of August, right?
Yeah, I'm on vacation the last week of August, and I unfortunately, in places every other weekend up to that.
Right. Well, there's not that much left between now and then, anyway.
That's
so
true, I guess
so
that's-
Labor Day weekend then.
I'm at PAX.
Ah. Well, we'll never hear from us ever again,
It's been real.
or in September sometime. It's fine. If we miss a couple weeks, that's fine. We
Yeah,
will
just send us those message
The
things.
doodles.
Yeah. doodle us DMs.
Okay.
No. I
Do
don't,
it.
do not,
Do
I
it.
do not think we will do that.
Doodle us. All right.
There we go.
Goodbye,
All
live
right,
stream.
I am not recording at this point.
Oh God, yes, that's a great idea.
Oh yeah, let's stop that because last time I recorded for 5 hours.
Stop recording.